good news is your dates are here.
What's the bad news?
They're dead.
Oh, you're so cool, Brewster!
Everybody's a suspect!
Hey, Ted, where the hell's Corkscrew?
Don't fuck with the Chuck!
Welcome back to Toe Tag Reviews. I'm Chuck, and today we're going to be talking about The Lost Boys. Came out in 1987, directed by Joel Schumacher. He said, and I quote, "I had the greatest cast at my disposal while making this film." And it's true. The casting for this movie is top-notch. I wouldn't change it for the world. You couldn't find a better Michael. You couldn't find a better David, a better Sam. You just couldn't do it. The Frog Brothers, great, perfect casting right there.
I gotta tell you, it was perfect. Everything, down to the last minute details.
Kiefer Sutherland is David. Jason Patric is Michael. Everybody's favorite mom, Diane West. She plays Lucy. Corey Haim as Sam. Corey Feldman and Jameson Newlander as the Frog Brothers, who are just super out there characters, man. They're extreme, like, vampire hunter survivalists that work at a comic shop. It's just a really cool thing. Jamie Gertz as Star. Edward Herman as Max. Brooke McCarter as Paul. Alex freaking Winters from Bill and Ted. We get him as Marco. We get Billy Wirth as Dwayne. The vampires in this, watching how they are, makes you want to be a Lost Boy. You know what I mean? And obviously they got their name from Peter Pan. It's got a incredible, iconic soundtrack from In Excess to Echo and the Bunnymen to Lou Gramm, the super oily, super muscular, saxophone playing, purple tights wearing, Tim Capello, baby. I Still Believe. Best song in this movie. So the movie actually begins with teenage, angsty group of people who turn out to be vampires. They're kind of just fucking around with people on the boardwalk, a little merry-go-round, and they're getting into fights and just kind of, like I said, just fucking with people. But security guard ends up kicking them out. A couple minutes later, we see them actually fly in and kill the security guard. But I like that you don't get to see them fly. I like the whole less is more approach. I really like that your imagination envision different things and how the guy's being killed. I feel like if they were to show them actually flying, it would just come off as a little clunky. It might not work for everyone, but it works for me. We get to see Lucy, Michael, and Sam move from Phoenix to Santa Carla. As they're entering, they pass the sign, and Michael sees the back of it and says, "The murder capital of the world." I really love that. Like, that's what they're known for, even though it's a horrible thing. It just plays into the whole, like, vampires and Santa Carla thing. We see them on the boardwalk, and if the boardwalk looks familiar, it's the same exact one that Jordan Peele used for Us. And in the movie Us, they kind of make a reference.
You know, they're filming something by the carousel. You should see if they're looking for extras.
They move in with their grandpa, who's just this really bizarre character. He's absolutely hilarious. Every single line that he says in the movie, you're pretty much laughing at. We get to see his one room that's off limits. Sam mentions Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and it definitely has the same vibes as the Texas Chainsaw film. One of my favorite lines from Grandpa is when he's talking about the TV guide. He doesn't have a TV, but he has a TV guide.
I just like to read the TV guide. Read the TV guide. You don't need a TV.
The dude's just ass backwards, man. I'm already gonna hit you guys with a VHS rewind moment.
Clear. Clear.
It's the freaking concert at the beach. You got a bonfire going. You got Tim Capello, baby. God, this whole beach concert just looks fucking awesome. Like, you want to be there enjoying every minute of it. God, this movie rocks. We see Michael kind of eyeing Star from a distance. She's kind of like feeling it. She's like eyeing him back, but she ends up taking off and Michael ends up following her. We get to see Lucy strolling the boardwalk and she sees the help wanted sign. So she goes in there and we get to meet Max, who's one of the main characters. We find out that she's divorced and she's just trying to get back on track with life and everything. We get to meet his dog Thorn. My very first dog was a Chow. we named him Thorn, and it was specifically from this movie. Just goes to show how fucking badass this film is. Sam ends up going to a comic book store. Here's where we meet the Frog Brothers, Edgar and Alan, if I remember right. He is schooling their asses on comics. He's telling them you can't put this edition here because this shit's not happened here, and can't do this because that shit didn't happen. And they're like, who the fuck is this guy, really? They end up giving him a vampire comic to read. He's kind of dismissive about it. He says a couple times that he doesn't like horror comics, but they're really pushing it, saying it's going to save your life, you need to read about it. It comes into play later on. Michael ends up finding Star, but realizes that she's with David. There's a couple that are making out, like, off in the distance from the boardwalk. They're in their car. The vampires rip the hood off, but the guy that's in the car is the guy that David and them were fucking with on the merry-go-round. I guess that goes full circle. Star finds Michael on the boardwalk and ends up taking him to David. They end up racing. During this race, Lou Graham's Lost in the Shadow starts playing. Even though Tim Capella's I Still Believe is the best song, this is a strong runner-up. This whole race scene, short-lived as it is, it's still really cool. They end up taking Michael to the cave. They start fucking with him a little bit. They give him rice, but it turns out it's maggots. They give him lo mein noodles, turns out it's worms. But it's all just a big prank, bro. David goes to give Michael a bottle of wine. Turns out it's blood. Star was trying to warn him, but he was being really dismissive about it. He realizes that whatever they do, it's just a giant prank. She tells him don't drink its blood, and he's like, whatever. Fucking polishes it all off, dude. We get the classic bridge scene. I don't know, like growing up watching this part always made me want to do it. They just dangle from the bridge and the fucking train's going over it. I don't know, I used to do that shit all the time, like hang from a tree and everything, you know? I would just always want to do this part, but I know it's super illegal, so don't ever do it.
Hanging from a bridge is a federal crime.
Max asks Lucy out for dinner. Since Michael is now one of them, he has a connection with David. He starts hearing Michael, and he's getting this urge because he has to feed. He's getting hungry. We see Sam in the tub and his dog Nanook, who's just a beautiful dog. I just want to play with him. Come here, bud. He's protecting Sam. But I love this scene because watching him in the bubble bath, I still do that to this day. I still do the same exact thing with the shampoo. I sing the same exact song. He goes underwater. Michael breaks down the door and Nanook attacks him, chomps down on his hand pretty good. Sam ends up making the connection because his reflection's not in the mirror. He tells me he's a vampire, and I love his reaction to it.
Oh, you wait till mom finds out, buddy.
Like, what the fuck's she gonna do? Max ends up seeing Lucy like bail on her date. She ends up running into the car. Michael goes to see Star, pretty much wants to know like what the hell's going on with me. And she's like, I want to tell you, but I can't. So what do? They have sex. Lucy ends up going to Max's house to apologize to him for bailing on their date, and his dog Thorn ends up attacking Lucy. He ends up just ripping her bottom of her dress off. I don't know what snapped in that dog, man. He just went full force for some reason. Really don't know. That part always kind of it just didn't seem right to me. Sam goes to the Frog Brothers and pretty much begs him like, hey, just check out this Max guy. Scope him out for me. So they agree to kind of scope him out and get some details on him. But this is another confusing part for me because Max shows up to the date with Lucy. He's talking to Michael at the doorway, and obviously there's that rule. Vampires can't come in unless they're invited. But Max says you're the head of the house, so I'm not going to come in unless I'm invited. And he invites him in, but he's not the homeowner. Isn't that like a vampire rule? The homeowner, which would be Grandpa in this case? I don't know. To me, that makes sense. I'm probably overthinking it. I would really like to know if I'm right or wrong on that. At dinner, Sam and the Frog Brothers keep trying to prove that he's a vampire. They're putting garlic in his food, and they throw like holy water on his crotch and everything. I don't know. It's just a funny, awkward scene. Michael goes to see David, and David shows Michael what they really are and that the initiation's over. But this is the second VHS rewind, is this bonfire scene. It was supposed to be super graphic, according to Kiefer Sutherland. I'm a sucker for gore, blood, guts, dismemberment, all that crazy shit. And we see just a snippet of it at the bonfire scene, but I would love to see all of it. Star goes to see Michael and explain that David wanted Michael to be her first victim so she could become a full vampire. But she couldn't do it because obviously she loves him. Aw, love. The Frog Brothers show up and Michael ends up taking them to the cave. There's a good moment between Michael and Sam in this scene because, and like I said earlier, I love their dynamic. They actually are really close in that they actually really do love each other. Michael ends up saving Laddie and Star. They took them out of the cave, put them in the car. Sam and the Frog Brothers go deep in the cave and they find all the vampires sleeping. Edgar ends up killing Marco by stabbing him right in the chest with a stake. All this blood and shit goes everywhere. David wakes up and he's fucking pissed. Michael, Sam, and the Frog Brothers end up going back home, and they're kind of gearing up because they know it's going to go down tonight. The Frog Brothers break into a ceremony at church and fill up their squirt guns and shit with holy water. One of the vampires shows up, and Nanook pounces him right in the bathtub full of holy water and garlic. And we see him like melt and ooze, and for some reason all the pipes burst in the house, and it's shooting all his blood everywhere. That's another part that just doesn't make sense to me. Sam ends up killing Dwayne, pulling a fucking Hawkeye, dude. Just bow and arrow right to the chest. Electrocutes his ass with it too. It's Michael versus David now. David's just kind of like flying around the room, just kicking him here, punching him there, throwing him across the room. But when they do fight, it's very short-lived. That's one of the cons to the movie. I really wish we would get to see like a very extravagant fight between Michael and David. I felt like that would have been a lot better than what we got. When they do fight, it's like maybe 10 seconds. Very lackluster. He ends up killing David by impaling him on some antlers. Max shows up with Lucy. Fucking plot twist! Max was the head vampire all along, and all he wanted was his family to be with Lucy's family. I love the line that Edgar Frog says.
The blood-sucking Brady Bunch.
Grandpa ends up coming and saving the day, breaking down the front door. I don't know, there's these like giant logs that we seen him making like a fence earlier, but it ends up impaling Max right in the chest. He gets out of the vehicle and he delivers another one-liner from Grandpa.
One thing about living in Santa Carla I never could stomach. All the damn vampires.
The whole fucking time he knew about vampires. It was a good send-off. I love the ending to this. The pros, amazing acting, great script, great effects, the soundtrack, the cast, everything's fucking primo, man. The cons, I wish the fight scenes were a little bit longer and it was a little bit more gory in my opinion. It's a vampire film with not a lot of gore. This has been my review for The Lost Boys. I love this movie personally. It's one of the best 80s films, like I said, and it's in the top 3, if not top 5, best vampire films. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and until then, see you later.